Okay, go. You live.
I know. We are live. Hi, beautiful people. Thank you very much for coming, watching us, listening to us, whatever you are doing. We are grateful, actually, because we want to do a job here to actually talk about important issues and also things that might look trivial, but it's very interesting to talk about them because somehow the understanding of certain issues are sort of, they differ individually, and it is just very important that we understand and come to a common ground about certain issues, certain expressions as such. So it's fascinating. However, today is Beverly's birthday. Very happy 18th. She is only 18th. She cannot drink, but it's okay because she doesn't drink, so she is okay. So very happy, Beverly. You have to tell us all, because today we talk about birthdays, and that's why we talk about birthdays actually. And I would love to know, what do you think and how do you feel on this birthday?
Well, there's a lot of different ways to look at birthdays. One is, when is it
Yeah,
during?
but I wanted to know how you feel today
Oh,
on your own birthday first.
well, it's just another day to me.
Okay then. Now you can continue now.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
I usually have my phone muted, but I had it unmuted yesterday because my brother and his wife came for a visit.
Hmm.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is birthdays have meaning to you depending on your history with them. So, and that's dependent on when your birthday is. So if you have a birthday that's on a holiday or next to a holiday, in a sense, you got gypped because everybody's actually celebrating the holiday. You know, some people are born on Christmas. I'm 2 days after Christmas and a few days before New Year's. People aren't ready to celebrate your birthday then. They're worn out from all the Christmas partying all month, and they're trying to save up for the New Year's. So it's kind of a non-birthday. And when I was 5, I asked my mother for a blue birthday cake. And for some reason, she made it dark blue, and none of the kids would eat it. I was thinking light blue, you know. And so she said, I'm never making you a cake again. So that was the end of birthdays for me. And when I got married, my husband said, oh, your birthday is too close to Christmas and I'm broke. We're going to celebrate it on the 4th of July. He didn't ask my permission. He just moved it to the 4th of July. What did I say? The 4th of July. So once again, I have a non-birthday. Well, I finally divorced him. And my brother, a few years ago, decided to have a surprise birthday party for me. My first surprise birthday party.
Wow.
And my daughter was there. She came in from Chicago with my granddaughter, and it was a big birthday party, but it was on the 4th of July. I said, why are you celebrating my birthday now? He says, well, we thought that's when you celebrate. I said, no, that was my ex-husband. So yesterday, my brother and his wife drove up here from Gilbert. That's almost a 3-hour drive. And they
Oh,
brought
dear.
me flowers and took me out to dinner. So finally, I mean, it was his day off. That's why he came yesterday instead of today. So I understand it wasn't quite. So it was actually the first time my family has recognized my real birthday. So for me, it's just another day. But one of the things my mother said when I was young is, whatever you do on your birthday is what is going to happen for you the rest of the year. So if you're happy on your birthday, you'll be happy for a year. If you're sad on your birthday, you'll be sad for a year. And I just figured, well, it's just another day. But then I took a class from an astrologer on how to read your sun sign, your solar return. I'm not an astrologer. So every year I do a solar return just to get a sense of what's in the future. But otherwise, for me, it's just, okay, I'm another day older, but I got another day older every single day. No, to me, it's just, okay, I'm another day older. Again, just happens to be my birthday. So I'm another year older as well. So what's it mean for you, Jaja?
Oh, well, um, it's very interesting, when I was a child, I mean, a younger child than now, the, we never celebrated birthdays. And actually, in my childhood, I don't remember celebrating birthdays at all. We usually celebrated name days because name day was open. It was on the calendar, so you knew the other person's name, and that was it. You didn't have to get into the secret of birthdays and whatever it was. So we used to have name day parties, and of course, it was a much better idea as far as I can see. But I tell you in a minute why I think that. For me, it's definitely another day. I don't tell anybody. Some people know my birthday, but not even my family. I mean, I haven't seen my mother since the age of 18. So I am sure she knows my birthday, but who cares? Because I don't see her. My father is dead, so that is not, but my mother is still alive. So the idea is that other people in my family, they don't really. Yeah, I have half brother, sister. Oh, sorry, now I only have a half sister because my brother died, unfortunately, very young. And, nobody pays attention to it. And I am very happy with that because it was my doing in one way or another. And I do some stock taking usually, but it's not because it is my birthday. I do it twice a year. And because my birthday is in June, it is half a year as such. So actually it just sort of gets on around the birth date as such. So I do some stock taking of my 6 months ahead, before the past, the present situation, and ahead, how to get on with whatever I want to achieve. And but as I said, it is just sort of accidental that my birthday is in June and I do the stock taking then. I really think I have a very different idea of birthdays, as I always have very different idea of anything. You can see now. Birthdays for me are a very commercial days. And absolutely, I am absolutely certain that because it was pushed ahead about 50 years back, before people had never celebrated birthdays, but sort of the consumerist society started to get stronger and stronger, and they pushed ahead the birthdays. And of course came the social media and everything when you actually put your birthdays there. And of course, people are saying, oh, happy birthday and whatever. I mean, be honest. I mean, okay, I wrote to you and I write to all my friends whose birthday is there, and I have about 2,000 friends on Facebook, you know. Some of them I have never heard of course, because we know it happens. But then again, I really mean it, because I want to sort of celebrate with at least saying happy birthday
Yeah.
to my friends. That's it. But be honest, I mean, most people don't mean it at all, because they just do it, you know. Okay, that is social media, yeah. So I just do it. And that is something that we've been sort of pushed towards, and I cannot see really the advantage of it in any way whatsoever. Not to mention, especially when people put down, okay, exactly how old they are, you know? Because then if I look at somebody and let's say he's 25, I might think, oh, yeah. What a nasty piece of furniture. He's only 25 and I am God knows what, you know. I don't do that, but I mean, usually people do that because time is our enemy in every way whatsoever. I mean, it's not just because our physical body has a time limit to survive, but be honest, I mean, since from the very first moment we are born, we are dying. You know, and that's it. So, and somehow, you know, it's okay because you understand it and you know, and whatever it is, you don't have to shed tears or whatever, who cares? But at the end of the road, certain birthdays have certain requirements. People are saying, okay, by the age of 18, when you are sort of grown up-ish, then you should do this and that. You should be in college, let's say, yeah? Then by the age of 22, you should finish college. Well, I would say by the age of 18, you should start looking after yourself, either you are in college or not. But you should take a job. But today's society is not like that. And it is again sort of taking, I mean, softening everybody up, you know, all the children, so they don't understand life in any way whatsoever. And by the time they get 45 and they are out of the nest, let's say, they are just not capable to look after themselves any longer. I mean, it is just really silly. And of course, they would say, okay, 25, but definitely 30, you have to settle down. I mean, you have to start having children. It is your last moment and everything. And then you have to have a husband, wife, whatever it is. And of course, you have to have a job, a career, or God knows what. I mean, there are pressures on your life put on you according to the time you've spent on earth. So actually, you don't really have the time to figure out what you want because you have to abide and you just have to take on certain paths written down for you and for humanity, just about, you know. So I definitely don't think that birthdays are good in any way whatsoever to celebrate them. But we celebrate them not because we celebrate them really, but unfortunately we have a birth certificate, and it is with us, you know, and we always are aware of our age and, well, everybody else around us or whatever it is. And I think it ruins lives quite much, because you say, okay, I am that old or that young and I haven't accomplished what I wanted, or do I have enough time to accomplish that and that and that, you know? Although today anybody can die at the age of 20 or whatever. I mean, it's always, so it's not a big deal. It's not really like you, your time limit is there. But at the back of your mind, you always feel that, okay, I haven't accomplished this and that and that and this and whatever it is. And if you look back upon your life, most of the things you accomplished wasn't what you wanted to accomplish, but what society wanted you to accomplish according to your age. So it is very interesting. I mean, you know, I mean, people are getting into like marriages and bearing children, whatever, really, because subconsciously the society wants them to do that. And it is the path. It is not written, but it is there. And people don't consider, okay, I don't want to do that. I want to, because I am not equipped to do that. I mean, today it's quite difficult actually, because most people are not not able, not enabled to look after children or raise children or be a parent. But they do it. I mean, most of the time they are still children because they have no idea of life, nothing whatsoever. But they are producing children because that's what comes, you know? So I don't know. First of all, I really
think about though, in the past, families weren't broken apart. So a lot of times it was the grandparents raising the children while the parents were working. And because we're all separated now, we don't even have families that stay together. People get divorced. So you don't even have two parents taking care of the kids.
Yeah,
That's
but that's
part of
what
what's wrong.
I know, but that's what I'm talking about, because people are not I wouldn't say not knowledgeable enough to be in a relationship, first of all, because it is, even though we think it comes naturally that we fall in love and we love each other and it's going to be happily ever after and whatever. No.
Only in nursery
However,
rhymes.
every two person can live happily ever after if they really want to, and they understand that it has to be a hard work and they have to learn a lot. Because without that, it doesn't happen by itself.
Yeah.
Nothing happens by itself. You know, I mean, that is something very important. And it doesn't matter what age you are at, but wherever you are, you need to be conscious of living. And that's what people should teach their children. And they have to teach their children. I mean, people nowadays, they don't teach their children. Children are bringing up themselves. And nobody understands that the child cannot bring up themselves because they don't know. They don't experience. They cannot figure out because they have no idea. First of all. Secondly, I mean, we are talking about new souls. Of course, they have never been on Earth before. So it makes it really, really very difficult. because they have no morals, they have no idea what is going on. So the whole society is falling apart. And I think birthdays sort of could be, on the other hand, of course, birthdays sort of could be a reason for partying, you know, and celebrating, even though nobody understands what to celebrate. Because to celebrate that you are at a certain age is very stupid. Because why should you celebrate it? But if you celebrate yourself, yeah, and you don't need a reason for that. You can celebrate yourself anytime you wish. And if it is your birthday, then yeah, okay. But I really think that many people are afraid of time. And time is the only thing what we cannot run away from, because time is always there. And when we are young, everybody wants to grow up. You know, oh, we want to be grown-ups. Yes, we want to do this and that. And, you know, wear this type of clothing and have a boyfriend, girlfriend, God knows what, because that's what everybody talks about, of course. And so we push the time, and we are wishing for something that is in the future, sort of shortening our present. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about. You know, and it is always shortening the present. And then when we get there, then we wish, oh, now I want to slow time down. And we cannot, you know, because time just goes. It always goes. And that's what it is. You are the one who takes time away from yourself by wishing for something to reach in the future. Like people start talking about summer holidays at Christmas, you know, and they are waiting for the summer holiday to come. And then the summer holiday is there. Oh yeah, I am looking forward to Christmas. So actually, you know, if you think about it, there are about 70, 80, 85, 90 Christmases and holidays you can have. But if you think about it, I mean, it's not many, you know, so what do you do? What do you do in between? What do you do in the time? So as far as I'm concerned, depends really, but I am not very fond of birthday celebrations in any way whatsoever. I really think it's commercial, like Christmas, and I mean, Christmas is the biggest commercial holiday of anything whatsoever. And that is just, yeah. So I don't know. That's what I think.
I think that for some people, their birthdays are very important because they were made important by their family when they were young. Unlike, excuse me, my family, my birthday became unimportant, and it's been unimportant my whole life. But for some people, their birthday has always been very important, and it's a big deal for them. And it's a milestone for them. So beyond the commercial part, yeah, no, but for some people, just being remembered on their birthday, and even if there's no presents, just being remembered is important for them. So like you, I honor that in my friends and family, because not everyone has the same attitude about birthdays. It's ironic, you have the same attitude I do, but that's not true for everybody. So,
Yes.
we have to honor that. And then the other thing I was going to say is it's very culturally based, because like to the Chinese, when you're born, you're already 1 year old. So on your birthday, you're one, because to them, you existed in the womb, and then you existed as an egg and a seed and an idea in
Ah,
two people's head.
ah,
And
yeah,
then by the time you're born, now you're 1 year old.
yeah.
So they have a completely different concept of birthday and age and everything else. And I don't know about other cultures, but I know that it's different depending on the culture you're in as well.
Yes, you are right. But you see, those cultures where the birthdays are important and celebrated, those cultures are pushing their children. I mean, because there is a time frame, what to
Oh, yeah,
establish
yeah,
during the time.
yeah,
So it cannot be that, okay, you cannot be Chinese, 25 years old, and you are still at home and your mother is taking care of you and they are celebrating your birthday.
yeah, that's true.
You understand? I mean, they celebrate your birthday, but they say also, okay, you establish this and that. Now you are into the next level of your life, and now you have to do this and that.
In those
That
cultures,
is
though, they have arranged marriages, so you don't even pick your spouse.
Yes, my love, but I tell you honestly, I know so many of those people, and they are the happiest.
Yeah.
You see, that is one point, because they know exactly who is going to be their
Hmm.
husband or wife.
Hmm.
They don't think about anybody else.
Hmm.
Because the problem with Western people is that they think that the neighbor's lawn is always greener.
Yeah.
And that is the problem, because they can do it. But if two people are committed to each other, they can make it work beautifully and far better than anybody in the Western society. So I really like this idea, but of course you cannot introduce the idea to somebody who was not brought up in this, this environment, obviously, because I mean, for us is what,
I'll tell you a little story if I may. I
Sure.
have a nephew by marriage. Okay, my brother's third wife's son, one of her sons, and they're from Vietnam. And his grandparents created an arranged marriage for him, and he said, absolutely no way. And he's a US citizen, but he kept going back to Vietnam to visit his grandparents. And while he was there a few years ago, he bumps into a woman at the store that he knew when he was in school. So they knew each other before, and they start talking, and they really like each other. And then they keep talking and they keep talking and they keep talking. And he kept telling his grandparents, I will not be in a forced marriage. He falls in love with her. Then he finds out that the woman he falls in love with was the woman the grandparents had picked for him. They're now married, and this year they just had a baby.
I knew the end of the story. It's amazing. That's what it is, you see?
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's amazing. I mean, people think they are free if they don't settle down or they divorce or whatever. But I really honestly think that any two persons could make a marriage work if both of them are committed and want to learn and want to know and want to understand.
To compromise, to
No,
not just want everything your way. You have to work it
you
out
see,
between the two of you.
yes, but it's not compromise, because the point is you have to be intelligent enough not to take it as a compromise, but actually look at things, what we are building and doing, molding together while we are keeping our individually beings. You know, I mean, compromise means that you suffer from it.
No, that's not a compromise. A true compromise is both parties win. Both parties are happy with the outcome. Otherwise, it's one succumbing
Yeah,
to
but
the other.
then
That's
it is
not
not
compromise.
but then it is not compromise. It is just an agreement. We change our attitude because we are much happier this way.
Well, we obviously have different definitions as usual.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. As long as we understand what is going on. That's good enough. For me, compromise is always some kind of suffering. And I
No,
am
not
sure
to me.
many people would say that.
That, to me, that's not a compromise. That's
Yeah,
a win-lose. To me, a compromise is win-win.
No, I am not talking about that somebody wins and the other loses, because it cannot happen. Because if somebody is supposed to be a loser in a couplehood, the other is a loser too.
Yeah.
So, you know, it cannot happen. So either two losers or two winners, but whatever happens, one cannot be a winner and the other is a loser.
Long term, they both lose. Yeah, you're right.
Not just long term. I mean, nobody wants to really look at the other person suffering. Or if they do, then they
don't love them.
not just don't love them, but they don't love themselves either.
Yeah, yeah. You have to love yourself first.
Yeah, of course. So it is something learning. Relationship is learning. I am telling everybody, but nobody wants to listen to me because they say, oh, but I am in love. I am in love. Yes. But why are you?
That's a heart with no brain.
Yes. But
you can't just be all brain. You can't just be all heart. You need to have your brain connected to your heart, and they need to work together.
Yes, but you see, love, the idea is that if you fall in love with somebody, it's really your mind rather than your heart. Your heart doesn't do anything really. I mean, it is just a muscle. The idea is that you are open. You are wishing for a relationship in your mind. You are open for something to come in your way, or you want to get out of what you are in and you want to find another way to do. I mean, it's always your thoughts and always your mind.
Even no, I think there's some hormonal changes that take place. There's a lot of dopamine released. Sure. It makes you stupid.
Sure, it's chemistry, but at the end of the road, I mean, your thoughts are making a lot and contributing a lot to your chemistry.
Yeah,
whatever, of course. I mean, whatever you think. And at the end, that's what it is. You need to be conscious of what is going on with you. You cannot lose yourself completely. I mean, I would say 98% lose yourself because that's really the pleasure. But 2% hang on to yourself because that's something you need. And that's it. Then you are okay. Well, that was a nice conversation, I think. Hope you learned something from it, guys. But we would like to know your opinion on birthdays. And whatever we talk about, actually, it would be really nice if you told us examples or your story or what you think of us.
or crazy ladies.
Yes, or our thoughts, you know. You are always welcome to enter into a debate with us, and we are game. So come, tell us anything you want to. But don't be rude though.
Yeah.
just nicely.
I really disagree.
We are intelligent. We will understand. Okay. Well, have a wonderful whatever you are having, guys. Next week we'll be back at the much later time. What was it? 10 a.m. PT, yeah?
No,
It's
Noon.
11 noon?
no, not 10, because that overlaps with Event Raptor.
Oh, then
It
it
goes
is.
the other way. It's at noon,
Oh,
noon Pacific time.
oh, noon. Okay, it is going to be noon. But it's my 10 o'clock in the evening, so
Oh,
that's why I've
God.
been that's why I've been saying 10. Never mind, never mind. I am changing my sleeping habits anyhow, somehow it just happens. I'm going to work during the night. Oh, well. What can we do? Okay, take very good care of yourself, my love. I give you a very big hug and all the very best, whatever you wish for in your new year. And, you know, good health, wealth, and support, and whatever. I mean,
And
just
same to you.
thank you. Well, but it is not my birthday, though.
No, but it's almost New Year's. And to me, that's the time of year when you manifest, you let go of the old and you create the new.
Yes, my darling, but my new year was in November.
Oh, mine's coming up.
8th of November, the natural new year. I tested everything. I put it down, and now I am just living it. And believe me,
Oh,
I'm suffering from it because I put so much down in my calendar. I don't know how am I going to
wow.
finish
I
everything.
I celebrate the Chinese New Year, which is in February.
Okay, yeah, but the nature is nature, you know,
Yeah,
and Chinese and Muslim and Jewish and
depends
whatever.
on what calendar you
They
use.
are man-made, but the nature made is November.
Okay,
Not always, but this year it was on the 6th or 8th of November.
Huh.
Okay, take good
All
care,
right.
my lovely one, and have a wonderful day. We'll see you very soon, I am sure of that.
Okay.
Thank you very much. See you
And
guys.
everyone, remember to be the light you want to see in the world.
Yes, you see,